Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda
Radhe Radhe. Oh Suvrate, dedicated girl, will you increase my bliss by falsely and angrily quarreling with the Lord of your heart, being supported by your girlfriends who are expert in helping you in your loving tricks while you play the flower-picking game? Notes. Shri Raghunath has submitted a prayer to Swamini's feet, that he may relish the sweet nectarian rasa of her words through both his ears and his eyes. One cannot count in how many ways Radha's self-manifest sweetness is relishable within Shri Raghunath's heart. And actually, nobody is able to describe this sweetness. Although the 4 Vedas are constantly glorifying Shri Radha, they cannot reach the end. Here Saraswati's voice becomes silent. When the heart of Sriman Mahadev, Lord Shiva, which is filled with transcendental wisdom, comes there, it merges in Sri Radha's glories, and the 1,000-headed Anantadev goes beside himself here. When the best of all devotees, Uddhava Mahashai, understood the greatness of their sweetness, he prayed for birth in Braja even as a blade of grass, to attain the foot dust of the Vraja Sundaris on his head. This is described in Srimad Bhagavat. Even the Supreme Lord, Brajendra Nandana, cannot reciprocate with this sweet love. One verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita is quoted. What to speak of others, even Brajendra Nandana is descending to relish this prem. This verse conceals the root cause of Sri Gauranga's descension. Shri Radhaya Pranay Mahima Kritrisha. Shri Gauranga Dev descended to experience the sweetness of Shri Radha's love. He relished this himself and made the people of this age also qualified to relish it. In this verse, Shri Raghunath perceives Swamini's flower-picking pastime. You are picking flowers with your crooked and Rasika girlfriends. This means that in Braj, no one deals with Krishna in a simple or submissive way. This is called Vamyabhav, and in this mood, the erotic sweetness of the Yugala Kishore becomes crystallized. Means that only in this mood called Vamyabhav, this sweetness, which is free from awe and reverence, from fear, or from submission, is produced, is perceived, is able to bloom. Therefore, the words Rasa Kutila are used here. They will quarrel with Shyam over picking flowers. I know you are Subrata. Swamini, you are dedicated to the vow of delighting Shyam. This is your Brata, your eternal vow and expertise. You will never go anything lesser than that expertise. So you are dedicated to the vow of delighting Shyam. When will you delight me by engaging in such false and crooked quarrels? Shri Bangi Bihari Vidyalankara writes, Subrata means a girl who is dedicated to the cause of making the Lord of her life happy. That is the best vow, the best promise. There is no greater vow than that in the whole world. Prema means thinking, how can I make Krishna happy? And the Braja Sundaris are in the highest class of lovers that are gifted with Mahabhav, which is the quintessence of prema. The minds and senses of those who are endowed with Mahabhav are saturated with Mahabhav. Mahabhav consists of the greatest nectar and helps the mind to return to its constitutional position. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti writes in his Ananda Chandrika commentary on this verse, Mahabhav helps the mind to regain its constitutional position, its original position. This means that the minds of the girls who have Mahabhav are entirely consisting of Mahabhav. The mind has no more separate existence from Mahabhav. The senses act according to the mind's direction. And in this way, the senses of the Braja Sundaris also consist of Mahabhav. Therefore, it is logically proven that all the activities of the senses are dedicated to and dominated by Krishna. All the Braja Sundaris have Mahabhav, but Shri Radha is Mahabhav Swarupini, the original form of Mahabhav herself. She consists of nothing but Mahabhav, from the tips of her toenails up to the top of her head. It is certain that Mohan is greatly delighted and controlled by each of her physical and sensual acts. Hence, no one in the world is more worthy of the name Subrata than her. In his Stavamala, Srila Rupa Goswami has nicely described how Sri Radhika picks flowers in the forest. Indeed, his description of this pastime are unrivaled in the kingdom of sweet rasa. In the morning time, Sri Radhika feels morose. She doesn't feel like performing her household duties, and her mind is restless. So she goes out into the forest on the pretext of getting water for her ritual worship, eager to see lotus-eyed Mohan. Rupa Manjari secretly follows her to the bank of the Yamuna. Srimati walks very far until she catches Mohan's bodily fragrance, and thinking that he is in the forest, she proceeds towards him like a thirsty bee. When she sees Krishna standing there, dressed like a forest man, like a cowboy, she starts picking flowers just to catch his attention. Shyam notices her and says, "Who is that girl destroying the beauty of the forest by picking all the flowers there? How beautiful you are." Shri Radhika, seeing Krishna with his forehead beautified by the Gorochana pigments, frowns her eyebrows. Radhika, who is called Bhamini, or powerful girl here, pulls at her blue garment and thus conceals her limbs. How wonderful are her movements. She takes some distance from Shyam and hides herself between the huge jasmine creepers on the bank of the Yamuna. Shyam follows her, as if he is bewitched by some mantra, and says, "You are always coming here to pick flowers, and then after cruelly breaking all the tender sprouts and destroying the beauty of the forest, you hide yourself. Who are you?" Swamini replies, "One devotee poet has made a beautiful Padyanuvada Bengali song translation of this and is quoted below." Oops, this was not what she replied, but this was only an introduction. Hearing this, she anoints her smirky smile with a paste of anger and says, "Listen, O Kala," Krishna the black boy, "how painful it is to see your behavior. It's like a great fire that burns us. We are dedicated girls, and our minds are always devoted to worshipping the sun god. We always come here to pick flowers and never heard such rude words before. Why do you speak these words today? That is not proper of you." Krishna, the king of relishes, says, "This is the doing of the bold King Cupid. Aren't you afraid of him? I understand that you have stolen many flowers and sprouts today. Oh, you golden flower thief. Now I caught you. How will you be able to go home now?" "Oh, hey, is this you doing? Aren't you married girl afraid and ashamed to come to this forest every day, stealing leaves and flowers, breaking the straw? Oh, you golden complexioned flower thieves, how will you escape now that I have catch you? You won't be able to run away." Then the Swamini says in a faint, harsh mood, which is called Binna or Tyaktya Bhav, "I know you are a rogue. We are worshipping the sun god. This forest is only for women. Men are not allowed here. Until now, no one has ever forbidden us to come here. Who are you? Didn't you learn any manners? Whose forest is this anyway?" Shyam says, "This forest belongs to King Cupid, who has entrusted it into my care. This king is very cruel, and it was very unfair of you to steal his flowers." Swamini says, "There is no King Cupid here. You are that rogue yourself. Who in Raja does not know your pranks?" In this way their sweet quarrel goes on. But by quarreling with him in this way, Swamini became known as Subrata, a girl who was unflinchingly dedicated to Krishna's pleasure. Mohan feels boundless bliss when he tastes the sweetness of this quarrel. When I see Radha's face and eyes in this mood, I feel 1,000,000 times more happy than when I am playing with her. This is one verse quoted from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Finally, she enters a kunj with her prananath. When the vision disappears, Sri Raghunath anxiously prays as follows. O dedicated Radhe, O sweetly speaking girl, O queen and empress of Braja, you play blissful rasic pastimes with Giridhari, the lord of your life, and your crooked, playful, clever and rasika girlfriends. During these funny nectarian pastimes that are played on the crooked pretext of picking flowers, Vangsidhari Mohan says, who is picking flowers in this kunja, stealing them from me? I have seen hundreds of thousands of women. I can't even count them. And they are all equal in form and qualities. But amongst them, you, O Hemangini, golden-limbed Radhe, are the crown jewel. That is clear to me, because you are not afraid. This kunja abode belongs to King Cupid, and I'm simply the kunja's guardian. How dare you break off all these freshly sprouting branches? I think it's completely crazy. On the order of King Cupid, I will teach you a lesson in a lonely cave, just as I wanted. Listen, O women of Raj, I will not let everything. I will loot everything from your limbs. Hearing these clever words, Princess Radha replied. Outwardly she shows anger, but inwardly she is decorated with 20 ornaments of topmost ecstatic love from seeing Mohan. Oh, Shri Radhe, O Brajabala Gopi, seeing this intimate pastime, my mind becomes filled with joy. Vilapa Kusumanjali is a collection of nectarian prayers. That is the jewel of Raghunath Das Goswami's bhajan. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go